on Made in SA, we go international with Dimpho in a dream to become a political analyst.
My dream is to become a political analyst. I love it because it's basically more into history. It's also about what's happening in my country right now. And I will get to travel to other countries, which I also love.
To be successful in this industry, you have to have a hunger for knowledge, to understand human society, to understand how we relate with one another. There is no point where one can actually sit comfortably and say, you understand now what is happening. So you're a constant scholar.
This is how we roll on Made in SA. We celebrate young people of excellence and give them a kickstart on the road to making their dream a reality.
My name is Dimpho. I am a 16-year-old girl from Mamelodi West, and I go to school at Vlakfontein Secondary School, and I am currently in grade 11. The best thing about where I live, it has to be the people around here. Everybody's always smiling. Nobody has a grudge on anybody. Just the life that we live here, it's amazing. My hobbies is creative writing. I watch a lot of TV, especially the news. I also like to be around people. There's a part of an arts group that I'm part of. It's called Mamelodi Inspired Artists. So there I go for poetry, singing, drama, and debating. Because basically politics is about debating and being able to stand your ground.
Life is a journey we always take.
The most special people in my life right now, it has to be my mom. She tells me that I can do what I believe in, and she is my rock.
Dimpho ke ngwana o ratang go phela ko sekolong, and then o rata dibuka tsa hae. Ha fitla mo hae go na le gore a ire mmereko ka mo hae, she better run away to dibuka tsa hae.
What drives me is the people that always tell me that I can't do it because I'm from a poor family, or you're someone's child, you're so-and-so's child, you can't do that. You want to be a political analyst. Really? Is that going to be possible? That motivates me to go on.
Dimpho o pusha everything e batlang. So anke ke mo ganetsa. Nna hana tsana sekolo ke mthomile ke misa ko technical school. Ke iputsa gore because of at least ka mo dibukeng wa o tla di science, but azanka succeed.
I wasn't really a science person. Maths was hard for me, as well as technology, because that's what the subjects that they focus on. So I realized that it wasn't for me.
It's only 2 years. Kama school say higher grade 10 are no way. Kenyaga mo ke tlo irang meroko ko khonang ene o tlo nkisa somewhere. So ka okay fine ka misa ko Vlakfontein Technical a fitla a ira di history.
Then I realized that I was in a happy place. My clouds, my own clouds. I was really happy in the school, and I even had more friends than I had in the other school.
My name is Rifile Basana Serepong, and I've known Dimpho for 3 years, and we've been friends since then.
Howard Zondo, and I've known Dimpho early this year, 2016, and we've been friends and business partners since then.
One thing I really love and adore about Dimpho is that waikokobeta, and then ikemoto aitsepa.
Umuntu obekezelayo akajahi ukuthi izinto zenzeke uyekela izinto izenzeke ngesikhathi sazo.
Things I don't like about Dimpho, it's Dimpho is short-tempered. Akono itwara, ha kwatile o kwatile, and there's nothing that people can do umoteo sa pelo.
Ngesinye isikhathi unokuphusha kakhulu izinto naye uthole mhlawumbe sine meeting athawa asenze lokhu nalokhu kodwa nje iqinisweni hayi ayikho into engayithandi ngoDimpho. Engakho nje yeah sisonke.
Dara ya Dimpho ya a political analyst because of Dimpho ka mo tseba hore o rata history, and then like we were updated ka history rahalang.
My love for politics just started as me reading through a newspaper, looking at a movie, Nelson Mandela, The Long Walk to Freedom, and I wanted to know more. And then ANC came along, then the DA, then the AFF. That's where I got more motivation to go into politics.
And then Dimpho a believer in country high, and I think that Dimpho will make a change.
The current status of our country's politics is really bad, if you ask me, because there's constant clashing and there's always something bad that these politicians do. They should just be honest. It's true that politics are not honest, but they should try to be honest at least once in their lives and stop lying to us.
Even though it is a male-dominated industry, I do believe in her because she's very determined and usebenza ngokuzimisela kakhulu. She's one person who doesn't say because there are guys in there, I can't go in there. She's like, let me be the first lady.
For me to get closer to my dream, I started a campaign called Young, Black and Powerful with Howard Zondo. It started just as an idea of like, Howard, I have a dream that all learners could do public speaking and debating, just for them to pick up their spirits. We're young, yes. We're black, yes. But if we believe in our dreams hard enough, we can be powerful.
Dimpho bila ro nyoko topana le president.
Double B, your dream yahoba as political analyst, I say it's a good one. If you want to be somebody and if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention and make me proud.
Mina Dimpho ngithi unganaki ukuthi abantu bathini noma bakutshelani, wena focusa kule nto ofuna ukuyenza and be the first female, if not the second, who's going to be a political analyst. Mina, I'm behind you all the way. All the best.
Dimpho ha ka kra coach because of our concentrate. Ke nahana hore o tlo ba mo and then ntho e irang o tlo tswella ka yona.
Viva Dimpho for president! Even though she's only 16 years old, she has a clear vision for her future, and the good news is she's taking our country with her on her way to the top. Will her coach be able to help her realize her dream? Today we are dreaming big dreams, joining the global game of being a political analyst. Dimpho has done her homework, understanding our history, and would love to share her view for our future.
My expectations today are more information, more exposure, getting to mingle with people who are already studying political sciences and who already know about political analysis. If it turns out to be something that I don't like, I will just have to adjust to it. I'll just have to be strong and cry when I get home. It's important for me to follow my dream because I know of a lot of people who don't really love what they do. They just do it because they have families to provide for, so I follow my dreams.
Dr. Philani Mthembu. I am currently Acting Executive Director at the Institute for Global Dialogue. We're an independent foreign policy think tank. Our role is basically to study what is happening in global politics and how does it affect us. I studied international relations at WITS up to my master's. After my master's was completed, I had the opportunity of going abroad to Germany and to China to pursue my doctorate. And I think if you do a postgraduate degree in international relations or in political science, it opens up a number of career options for you. I love my job because it allows me to continually inform myself about how global politics continues to evolve. But also it allows me to travel to meet people from all over the world. So I absolutely love it because it's intellectually stimulating.
I'm kind of nervous with meeting the coach today. I don't know what type of person he or she is. I don't know if we're gonna connect, but I hope we do. So yeah, I'm kind of excited but nervous at the same time.
I think some of the misconceptions around, let's say, being a political analyst is that some of our parents will not really understand. Some, may have grown up in a time where they understood more traditional careers, being a teacher, being a policeman, being a lawyer. But the world continues to evolve. And for instance, as the world evolves, it creates opportunities for new industries. And for instance, studying global politics is one of those. Well, I'm a researcher, so I don't like the administrative stuff. I'm not so interested in admin. It's boring for me. I like exciting things. I want to see what Russia is up to, how the United States reacts to that. Admin doesn't excite me at all.
What I say to myself when I see that I'm about to quit is always say, how can you do this to yourself while you've already been here? You've been through the pain, you've been through the sleepless nights, through the thinking, and now you want to give up. You can't just give up.
Today I'm coaching Dimpho Mukwena, who is interested in becoming a political analyst, which frankly I am quite impressed by, because at that age I didn't even know there was such a career path as a political analyst. How come you're so interested in political science?
My interest in political science started when I actually watched the news and I asked a friend who was a tutor at Ikamva about political sciences. So he gave me a brief information and told me that we could do more research about it, and he told me that he could help me out.
So you enjoy debating?
Yes, I do.
And you debate at school?
Yes, I do.
That basically means you're gonna enjoy the challenge that you have today, because we're having a roundtable upstairs with a number of experts on the BRICS. There's going to be a bit of debating there. All the things that you can basically look forward to in terms of being a political scientist or being a political analyst. Have you been doing some research on the BRICS?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
So what I know so far is that it's 5 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. South Africa stands for all the other countries in Africa, which are also developing.
Excellent. Dimpho's challenge is to listen in on the discussion that is unfolding today, to hear what the different experts are saying about the BRICS and about various topics in international relations, and then to present to us as panelists what her understanding is, and also just to inform us how do her peers also understand this topic. This topic is also to prepare us for the Goa Summit. At this point, every single country has had an opportunity to host a BRICS summit. But today, things are quite different in these BRICS countries. How does this affect South Africa's ability to continually engage in the global economy? With South Africa's economy not growing as fast as it was in previous years, this is the type of environment in which this BRICS partnership finds itself in today.
The first time I saw my coach, I looked at him and I saw that he was actually a great person, and that the fact that they called him doctor put me in like, okay, he has a doctorate, so that means I can work harder than that and I can go far.
At the beginning, Dimpho seemed a bit nervous, but she settled down the more we spoke, and as I explained to her what she would be doing during the day, I outlined to her, for instance, what her challenge is, and also explained why we're giving her that challenge.
When I got here, my first impression was, what am I doing here? Oh my gosh, there's a guy from Russia. Wow. So I was practically excited and I lost my mind in it. So I was traveling all over the world with just my imagination.
No time for that, Dimpho. Focus. You need to represent the youth in front of these important people in just a few minutes. Find out if Dimpho can pull it together after the break. We are spending a day with Dimpho, who is about to be asked to give a room full of political analysts a view for the BRICS conference. Steady, Dimpho, steady. Let's see how she fares.
Before we came here today, we already gave her a task to do her own background research on the BRICS. We didn't give her any material to go through. We simply gave her the topic that would be discussed today. That's how we get also young people more involved in such topics. So we're throwing you in the deep end, Dimpho, and we're asking you to basically swim. And that gives you, I think, a better idea in terms of the career that you want to pursue. So can you take over the floor and just give us a bit about your understanding on this topic? Over to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dimpho. I am a learner from Vlakfontein Secondary School. I did some research, and what I found out is that BRICS is basically about countries that have ventured into industrialization, and these countries are to find ways of continuing with their development as well as ways of bettering their economic systems. The research I did was with a few of my peers. I asked them what they thought about BRICS, and they said that they didn't know about BRICS. They knew that there is such an organization, but they do not know much about it. They do not have interest in it because they are not being told about it. There is not much awareness about it. There is no much information out there about it. Learners do not know how BRICS works, the ins and the outs of BRICS. Why do we have summits every year of BRICS? And what do we get from the summits? I took down notes, and one of the questions that I had was addressed to Mrs. Sarisha Daya was, does their organization believe that if a large percentage of young adults would be given employment or certain development skills, would that better our economic sustainability? The one other question that I had was, what strategies do we have in order to find some kind of economic sustainability for all the 5 BRICS countries, and how do we plan to strategize to that? My own perspective in all this is that unemployment, free higher education, and university graduates not finding employment in a matter of, let's say, 6 months is to be looked at. Most learners in South Africa are better given education in a practical way. Practical education for me works better than just you giving me notes and say, go read. It is not more information that I get from there because I end up getting bored. It's boring reading all the time. Sometimes it's big words and you don't have a dictionary. You wonder, what is this word? And nobody's there to help because most of our parents did not go to school or they did not finish school. So we should not blame apartheid on these things, but we should look at ways or strategies in which we could better the situation. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, really, for that. You also pointed out key issues like unemployment and education, and also about a practical education. And I think that also challenges us to say, let's not just sit in our own universities and in our boardrooms and have discussions like this with people who are interested in these topics anyway, but let's actually go out, you know, to people like Dimpho, who are looking at their future and trying to understand what careers are available for them.
I felt amazing after I realized that I was going for it, that the challenge wasn't really hard. My nerves came down and I did it, and I believe that I did a great job.
To be honest, she comes with a fresh perspective and she really brought that in. I think what also impressed me a lot about her presentation is that she wasn't reading it from her notes, but she internalized the information that was coming out there. And I think it's not just me who is impressed. Most of the people who were in the roundtable discussion were really, really impressed with her contribution.
I think Dimpho's contribution was very relevant, especially with what's going on in South Africa with the Fees Must Fall movement. I look up to her actually because I think at her age, I wasn't as informed about what's happening in my community. So for me to see a young person who is informed on what's going on to the extent that she wants to pursue a career in this is very positive, and I have hope for her in the future.
Димпо, ты молодец. У тебя есть самое главное – желание уметь думать самой и желание научить этому других.
When the whole room gave me a round of applause, I was really, really amazed. I didn't know that I was such an amazing speaker and that they were interested in what I was saying. I didn't value my own point of view until they stood up and clapped their hands. And I even got contacts now. I know people, and it's amazing.
I guarantee you that if she does the proper networking, people will be impressed by what they see in her. And when people who are in this industry want to hire someone, she will be one of the first names that actually come up.